All right, guys, what I am about to show you has been locked behind this gate for over 125 years. President McKinley himself signed the deed to Homestead Timber Lake Farm, an 80-acre compound with a lake, several outbuildings, trails, horse amenities, pastures. It has views of the Columbia River Gorge. This is one of the rarest, most exclusive compounds on the market today. And this is the full tour. This is the first time anybody has gotten to see it in over a century. All right, here we go. All right, guys, we're driving up the main road. It's flanked by pasture land and white picket fences on each side. And as you come into the main compound, you got this great riding arena. And we will come take a closer look of that. 2 sliding doors. It's got this great metal siding, 200 amps of power, kind of window lights towards the top there to let in natural light. This was designed for evening riding. And what's really cool is they built it kind of down below on this lower section, so it doesn't obstruct the view of the main house. Bark chip footing, it's ideal for evening riding. A 60-foot clear span, 60 by 120 is the footing size. It's surrounded with all of these kickboards, but it's just really well done. With some friends hanging out, just shooting the breeze. Isn't this just awesome, guys? I'm gonna kind of walk around so I can really give you guys a great view of it. Pretty awesome. All right, guys, that was a quick snippet of the arena. We'll likely come back to it afterwards to just show you kind of some of the finer details. We're gonna now head up to some of the other outbuildings and the house. All right, guys, we are heading now to kind of what I would say the upper bench of the compound, where you have the house, the original homestead log cabin, and some of these other outbuildings. We're gonna get into every little nook and cranny of this property before it's all done. Check out this timber-lined driveway. You know, one thing that I should mention with this house is that it could be fully sustainable. If every outbuilding you could ever need, you can come up here, raise your own animals, grow your own vegetables. We're gonna now check out the old barn and the stables. All right, guys, we are here at one of the original barns, but we are going to check out the stables. Look at this. Just look at the workmanship in this thing. These guys have put so much effort into this property. You know, all of the barn renovations have been done recently, but we're gonna come check out the stables. Look at this. This is just awesome. Find some lights maybe? No, I don't know. Yeah, here's some lights. Yeah, look at this. Isn't this amazing? So there's 3 14 by 14 stalls in here. These are all noble stalls, which is just awesome. This is a great feed room, something that's super handy to have. So if you want to store feed, things like that, it's all here, it's all dialed in. There's of course water here, which is a huge feature. These guys just put so much integrity into building this. Look at this. This was all original tie stalls that they completely renovated. There's Dutch. He's one of our favorites. Hey, Dutch. Hey, Dutch. But yeah, look at these big oversized stalls. Very, very handy. Just kind of back this up so you guys can see this. All freshly poured concrete. And what's really nice, it's a hot day today. It's probably in its mid 80s. It's very cool down here. So just keep that in mind throughout the day. Your horses are cool. The stalls are big enough for them to lay down. Hey, Sage. Hey. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, buddy. Hey, Sage. So, and you know, stuff like this, guys, this is what you're not going to see on a new build. Look at the woodwork on this. Look at this, wide some of these planks are. You know, you could park a tank on this and it's not going to go anywhere. This thing is so built to last. A lot of this lumber, I can almost guarantee you, was cut on the property's mill. Yup, you have your own mill, you have your own rock pit, you have your own lake. It has everything you could ever want. New lighting, updated electrical, you name it. But everything these guys have done is all about finesse. Oh, I love stuff like this. Look at this. This is so honest, isn't it? Oh, man. It's these little details for me. This is what speak to me. You can't just go to the Home Depot and buy this stuff. Another shelter. But you see how it's kind of built off into this hillside from about 125 years ago? It is just such an impressive property. Then here, easily use this for additional storage or also hay storage. Put a few ton of hay in here if you wanted to. Another carport, of course. Of course, every property, every acreage property needs a dozer. But this has just been really well laid out. Plenty of access to fresh air. Hey, bud. Hey. Oh, yeah, just enjoying life. You're just enjoying life, aren't you? Yeah, that's what life's for, bud. Just enjoying life. Yeah. So I wanted to show you guys this to just show you the integrity that went in to building kind of this updated portion for the horses. One thing I didn't show you guys on this barn was actually how much hay storage is here up top. There's a lot, tons and tons of hay storage. It's got that elevator, which is awesome. Just look at this, guys. Is this not amazing? You're looking inside a barn that's 125 years old. Isn't this impressive? It's pretty incredible stuff. Something else, guys, that no one thinks about is water. And this place actually has firefighting capabilities. You're a ways away from that type of stuff, but this has it, and it is all ready to go. 50 foot of hose right there, ready to go, and this thing will hammer water. This has several natural springs on the property, but that's how this property gets water, is through springs. You have incredible water pressure on this property, so it has everything you need if something was to happen out here. How cool is this that we get a sneak peek into all of these different little areas on this property? It's not every day you get to walk on a 125-year-old story. So this is something that I think we're all, including you, my YouTube buyers, my YouTube sellers, are really blessed that we get to see all this. And what's funny, this property's, terrible for a guy like me because I have ADD, so I just keep wandering and looking. And right now I found myself kind of in this garden area looking out to the gorge. That'll keep the deer out. Nice high fencing. One other thing with this place, water is everywhere. Oh, and look, RV amenities. I didn't actually know this existed here, but this has full RV amenities. This looks like the RV parking spot. But remember I was saying they built the barn down there so it wouldn't obstruct the view? Also parking, tons of parking for trailers and things like that. So if you wanted to host clinics and things, you totally could. So that's the old historic barn that we were just at. And this is the original, the original log home from 1899. This is where they set it. Nice high ground. And in those days, none of these trees would have been here, so you would have had a clear view of the gorge. So that's the original cabin from 1899. Look at this, the board and batten. Man, all hand-hewed, all hand-sawed timber. It's hanging on. You know, it would have had all these cedar shakes, right? Yeah, let's take a look at this place. Oh man, look at this. This is an old workshop in here. It's so neat how these things over time, through the multiple generations, just change hands. To me, it's so cool. You know, this old place does have power to it. And then this is the little bunkhouse, I think. Let's take a look. Nope, this is not the bunkhouse. There is no bunkhouse here. But, oh yeah, look at this old place. This is the old log cabin. Can you believe this? Look at the hand-hewed timbers in here. Look at this. Is this not special? The ceiling. Oh man, look at this. So they've got it, they've kept it, and it tells their family's history over 5 generations. I just love these doors, you know, just stuff like this. Yeah, that still works. Of course it does. This is one of the oldest homesteads out in this area, and it's definitely, if not the oldest, that's still in the same family. You know, stuff like this, guys, is really practical. Like this sea can shelter here, you can see that's a substantial horse trailer there. You know, just places to store tractor and chain and implements and things like that. But all of these, you know, big old kind of timber ranches, they need stuff like this to be able to operate them. I mean, you guys are the ones that are going to be maintaining the roads and things like that. This is kind of a cool little storage shed. You know, chainsaws, sprayers, you name it. We do so many videos on how to set your guys' selves up for success when living on country property. And this is one of the ways you do it. You need storage and you need to keep stuff out of the weather. And that's exactly what this little sea can here is for. And I'll just show you, this guy's got good setup here. He's got a pole saw. He's got commercial weed eater. He's got a nice 492. That's a hell of a bar on that thing. That can take down some big trees. He's got a nice little limbing saw here. These are light and super handy. Wish I had one of those. A little 180, that's probably just for his tractor. And then a classic 039. That's a great little saw. A few more weed eaters, backpack blower, PV, things like that. But this is just a handy little place to keep tools, and most importantly, have, look at that, an old forge that he looks like he just sandblasted and cleaned up that old Buffalo 700 forge. That's kind of cool. But it's a place that you can just lock away your tools. And not that they've, you know, ever had issues with security, because they haven't. You'd have to be pretty brazen to come up here due to the fact that there's probably a lot of places to bury you. But see how well this thing's locked and built? You can never get a chain cutter in there or a grinder or anything like that. So these are really handy tools that not a lot of people have on their country properties. Their stuff gets wet, their implements rust. A lot of stuff out here is covered, which is just another big selling feature. So, all right, historic barn, historic log home, view to the gorge, sea can with lean-to storage, another sea can, hay storage, kind of other outbuilding, nice little John Deere tractor that'll keep you dialed in. The horse stables below, now the 4-bay shop. Here we go. It's 36 feet by 48 feet. It has 4 of these 14-foot roll-up doors. It's got an office, a trophy room, washer and dryer, tack room, 220 volt power, tile floor, and this is where the infamous horse-drawn carriage is. But concrete floors, tons of power. He's got air ready to go. There's that power I was telling you guys about. It's just really well built. You know what's beautiful about this place is they kept so much of the historical elements and then built what I would call more of the functional buildings to make sure that they could properly preserve the historical elements as well as the pasture lands and tree farms. So it's kind of that perfect mix of you have the historic legacy of this property, but then you have some extremely tactical and functional elements that make it a working, sustainable ranch. So it's pretty neat. This is the bathroom, shower, laundry, functional, does what it is supposed to do. And what's really cool about having a bathroom out here is if you have workers or things like that, it's a great place for them to go. They're not kind of trotting through the house. Oh, this is the trophy room. Wow, pretty impressive. So this is the trophy room slash ADU. Is this not amazing? Heated, cooled, water. You can tell this is the room of champions. These guys are serious practitioners. All right, we're heading back into the old GM. I think it's about time to head up to the lake and just take a minute and show you guys this. You know, guys, I talk about hiking trails and four-wheeler trails, and that's usually on pieces that are 5, 10, 20 acres. This place has full-blown logging roads, horse trails, hiking trails, camping spots. You name it, it has it. Just check this out. Now, this is me going up one of the logging roads. This gets us down to the lake. You know, 3-4 times a year, come in here with the brush hog, clean it up, do some strategic spraying, thin some timber, just get it dialed in a bit. And you really don't have to maintain these as much as you would think, as long as you're not doing active logging and just respecting it during the winter months. But this has miles and miles of trails like this, which make it ideal for any equestrian, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, hunting, you name it. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the 3-acre spring-fed lake that's stocked with trout. It runs about 16 to 20 feet deep in its center. It's perfect for fishing, for swimming, or just water recreating. It's got this really killer dock. Yep, it's a little bit of a janky board, but let's go for a walk and just take a peek. Look at this, surrounded, you know what? Look at this. This is the real thing to look at. You gotta be very careful. Ooh. All right, it is surrounded by towering evergreens and has views out to the gorge. No estate property is truly complete without a water feature. And most of the time, these water features are small, they're overgrown, you can't swim in them, they green out in the summer. Not this one. Just imagine, guys, you're out here on this dock, you're sipping the coffee in the morning, you're having a cold beer in the afternoon, you're throwing in a line in your own lake. No one else is accessing this. This is all yours. Out of the 30 or so million dollars of real estate I sold last year, and probably the 100 million I've sold over a lifetime, I've never come across a place in Washington State that has a water feature this substantial. Even the well itself is a spring-fed well, tons of pressure. The water quality here is incredible. It's It's got this great little slip in here. Ooh, gotta be careful, not too many. Can't have too many before, oh, close, close. But check this out. It's got this great little set-in area here. And it's big enough to throw a trolling rod on, paddle board, john boat, you name it. It's funny, out of most of the features that we talk about on this channel, we talk about a lot of stuff just related to country living. What we've never talked about, and I'm mad at myself for not talking about it, is a rock pit. Every estate needs a rock pit. You have a lot of logging roads, a lot of trails, a lot of just pads you need to build for outbuildings and things like that. And how sweet is it that you have access to your own quarry? This is where these guys pulled a lot of the rock to build all of their logging roads, roughing in foundations. So just keep that in mind, guys. Here he's got an excavator, that if you're gonna buy 100 acres, 200 acres, 300 acres, a section, something like that, it's always cool to realize some of these other features or some of these other resources that sit here. Everybody needs a rock pit. You know, guys, you cannot have a tree farm or even a decent agriculture property without a sawmill. So, of course, this place has a sawmill. Let's check it out. So this is all dialed in for hydraulics. Well, let me just show you this kind of clearing. So this is just a really nice flat clearing. It's accessed by a road, so no issue getting stuff in and out. This thing here is really set up for dimensional lumber. It is sweet. One other thing that's really awesome, water. Again, this thing has like 80 PSI. So, you know, you're skidding out a lot of logs and stuff like that. You spray it all down before you put it on your mill so you don't, you know, your rock doesn't hit a blade or cook a blade or anything like that. So that's really important to have water at your mill. Most properties I sell that have sawmills do not have water on site. So that is just such a sweet, sweet feature. And I mean, even this is another site for a cabin or a yurt or any type of improvement would be an incredible site. You lost some of these trees here, you'd have a wide open view of the gorge. So this place just keeps giving me surprises. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, this is one of those few places that, of course, you know, I wanted to sell. That's the point of it. But I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it like crazy because I've spent the better part of 10 hours here today. It's just kind of one of those things. But like and share this video with your friends, because if you guys are looking for a really nice piece, something that's extremely rare, this comes up every 100 years, literally. Give me a call on my cell. I'm happy to show you guys this. We'll jump in the gator. We'll do a tour. We'll take a dip in the lake. I'll show you the fishing spots on the lake. We'll show you all the horse amenities. And this is just 80 acres of God's country that he only made one of. So it's rare, it's unique, and yeah, let's continue the adventure. All right, guys, this is the custom Craftsman Home. It spans 4,605 square feet. The main floor is 1,600 square feet. The finished basement is 2,200 square feet, and the upstairs is 800 square feet. It is a 4-bed, 3-bath with a wraparound deck. Let's go check this place out. Let's look at the view. All right, we're heading in the house. Oh yeah, this is a well-built home. Big vaulted ceilings. And you know, it does need some updates, right? You kind of have this blue carpet. It could use some hardwood flooring and just kind of be updated a little bit. But what's great is that you know the bones are solid. You can just tell by everything else on this property. This place is very solid. It's very well built. And it's ready for your updates if you want to make them. And it hasn't been messed with, right? It's just very honest. Look at this old wood stove. That's Mother's old wood stove. Isn't that amazing? Just look at the workmanship in this thing. And yes, I'm going to say it because I have to say it. It will absolutely chase you out of here in the wintertime. So I bet that keeps most of the house quite warm. Open kitchen, and it's, you know, it is an open concept home at the end of the day. It's pretty cool. This looks like a mud room. This is where you would enter after hanging out with the horses all day. Laundry. Look at these ceilings. That's got to be, I don't know, 18 feet, give or take. Friends, family, and familiar faces. Very cool. Gas fireplace. You know, when you work with wood all day, every day, it's nice to just be able to flick the switch sometimes. All right, let's go on this main floor here. This is one of the bedrooms. And you know, I didn't tell these guys I was doing this video today, so forgive me if some of the lights aren't on, but I just wanted to show you guys the house because I know you'd be asking about it. What a neat old photo. Pretty cool stuff, isn't it? Main floor living on a lot of these, so that's really handy. Great little powder room there. Bedroom here, another bedroom. But nice sized bedrooms. And it's just, again, well put together and very well maintained. Does this take us downstairs? How did I know that? Linen closet. This one's downstairs. Yes. Let's go downstairs, then we'll hit the rest of the main floor. Actually, we'll go upstairs, then we'll go downstairs. All right. Upstairs we go. All right, here we go. It's cool because this place is kind of an open loft up here. See how this kind of looks down on everything else? Really cool stuff. This is the primary bedroom. So again, vaulted ceilings. You have a balcony right out your primary bedroom, so that is very cool. Isn't this awesome? This is out your master bedroom. I know, right? But again, siding, paint, everything is in such great shape. All right, we're going to close this here. You know, very few people, people dream of living this. Very few people actually do. And this is one of those properties where you are living the true dream. Horses, sawmill, private lake, spring-fed water sources. I mean, this is what, you read books about and blogs about and movies about, but very few people actually live this. And you're getting to see inside it. You're getting to live it today. Okay, yes, this is the garage. That's right. So, huge 2-car garage. Workout room. These guys keep themselves in good shape. Got this wood stove here in the basement. I bet this heats, again, a lot of the house. Separate bathroom. Very handy. And then I think there's some guest quarters down here. Or just separate living. Is there? Am I right? Yep, I'm right. This looks like Leroy's office. Yeah, so separate bedroom down here. And it's so cool and handy. Isn't this amazing? Buckskin jacket. Oh man, that is as cool as it gets. One of the original homesteading photos. It is such a cool place. But as you guys know, we go into every nook and cranny. This is the HVAC room, utility room, it looks like. Water pump. Wow, tons of really great water on this place, by the way. So, water pump, you name it, this place has it. This is a great place, guest quarters, etc., or he's using it for a home office. So tons of different options here, guys. Like I say, you could heat a lot of this stuff just with those wood stoves. All right, going back upstairs. And you know, on this one, I'm not gonna spend a ton of time showing you guys the house because I really think that the land is what makes this place truly special and truly unique. This one is definitely for the land. But the house, you know, sold a lot of horse properties, and this is one of the better lodges or, you know, houses that I've seen. So, all right, give me. What I really want you guys to imagine on this property is all of the little individual spaces. Okay, for example, imagine sipping your morning coffee right here and looking out to this every day. What's even more of a secret than actually seeing this property for the first time in over 100 years is how these properties transform your life every single day. They get you to slow down. They get you to just realize how great God's true creation is around you. They get you to think about the next meal a little bit more than what you would in town. And they get you to think about different opportunities that a property like this could truly expose you to. Wedding venues, equestrian facilities, merchantable timber. It has so many different avenues. Winery, flower farm, organic vegetable farm. It has all sorts, family compound. It has all sorts of opportunity waiting. And I think the biggest thing that when I show you around this property, I just want you to imagine yourself and more of the kind of transformation that this place can make to your life. Some people go camping on the weekends. This is a place where you camp every day. Some people go find nature trails and things like that on the weekends. That's something you enjoy here every day. Some people go to the lake for the afternoon. That's something on your own property. You got to see the 125-year-old legacy property. It's on the market for the first time ever. President McKinley himself signed the deed. The private lake, the 80 acres, the pasture land, the horse amenities, the rock pit, the sawmill, and the forests. This place is incredible, and there is only one of them. The question isn't, is this the right property for me? It's, are you ready to step into the life that this property offers? Give us a call. I am more than happy to show you this property. We find the most exclusive properties in Washington State, and I cannot wait to go on this next adventure with you. Cheers.